Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After a little break there between our semi-finals and the grand final, we have finally arrived to the final. Keen Gaming up against LGD in this best of 5 for the ESL One Hamburg qualifiers, the first major of the season. And we're getting to the end of the Chinese qualifiers here as the draft for Game 1 does kick off. But since everything looks pretty standard, there are no funky picks or interesting little exchanges going on just yet. We can give you a little bit of a rundown on what has happened so far. Day number 1 were a couple of the Tier 2 invited teams going up against some of the open qualifier teams. So we had Vici Gaming defeat Avalon Club, Vici Gaming Thunder defeat Team Serenity. For the Dream, they lost to Keen Gaming, as eHome also defeated Rock Y. Then we moved on to the Tier 1 invited teams, who they got to play up against. LGD, they beat Vici Gaming. LFY, they defeated VGJ Thunder. Invictus Gaming lost to Keen Gaming, and IG Vitality defeated eHome in a pretty interesting series at the end of yesterday. Early today, most of you saw the semi-finals. LGD, they did 2-1 LFY in the end, a very close series between the two, but the series that we didn't get to see was Keen Gaming defeating IG Vitality 2-0 to find themselves in this grand final up against LGD. And Keen, they have been a very strong team over the past couple of months, even the past year or so. We saw them in the ROG Masters last year in the qualifiers, and they did very well there. We saw them in the TI7 qualifiers for China, and they managed to get themselves the 5th place spot in the group stage, if I remember correctly, which put them into the playoffs, because first place was directly through to TI, and then places 2 to 5 went into the playoffs. Unfortunately, they didn't find a way to get to TI. They won a couple of games. I believe they defeated LGD, but then they lost to LFY and they dropped to the lower bracket, then they lost to LGD again, something along those lines. So they were definitely capable back then of taking games, maybe series, off of these big teams, but this is the first time that they've got themselves to a best of 5, the grand final for a qualifier. Keen Gaming, who came in through the opens for this qualifier, could find themselves actually at a major. And you look at the teams that are in this qualifier again: LGD, LFY, IGV, IG, eHome, Vici Gaming, VGJ Thunder. All of these top-tier Chinese teams falling to Keen Gaming, so it's time for LGD, the old guard, Yao, Victoria, maybe Arme, and FY to defend what they feel is rightfully theirs, but Keen are here to snatch it away from them. Lich and Clockwork start things off, and honestly, on Keen, I honestly feel, I've been saying this for the past couple of weeks, my favorite player on Keen is Jan Ang. His actual name, if I get this right, is Eloquent. The two Chinese characters, actually, there's only one Chinese character. One of them's renamed to Vanilla. He was called Fluorescent before, but Jan Ang, this player right here, no, that is Fluorescent. Has Vanilla renamed? Oh my goodness, so many bleeding players are renaming. Hang on, let me just quickly. No, I was right the second time. This here is Zhai Jinkai. This is their
5 seconds.
This is their other player that doesn't have a a Roman name, I guess. Just has the Chinese character. He's their mid player. So Vanilla, yeah, okay. That is Janang. He is their 4-role. His Clockwork, his Earth Spirit, his Sand King, all exceptional. And through this qualifier, he's proven why he is probably one of the best 4-role players in China, to be perfectly honest. His movements, his map rotations, his awareness and knowledge have been all very exceptional. As LGD progressed through the draft with a nice little Nature's Prophet for FY. They've got an Earthshaker there for Victoria, as Yao gets himself that Winter Wyvern. Going to be able to try and dodge away from Clockwork, has an escape mechanism through the Arctic Burn to get outside of Cogs. But Keen get themselves the Lich and the Clockwork. Doom Band, of course, as the Lich Doom is a completely obnoxious combo when you put it in the off lane. Death Prophet there, just in case we saw the DP Oracle come out. And Keen, they do love their Venomancer, so they'll pick that one up. In the previous series against IGV, they started off a lot of their drafts opening up with AA Earth Spirit, AA Void. They love that combination with Ice Blast and Chrono. A bit of a Magnus here and there. Death Prophet, they like to pick up in the final phase a lot of the time. But Viper and Veno are probably two of their key heroes. Viper for the old safe lane, farm it up nicely, get it going. And of course Viper just gets shoved into the mid lane. But we won't see those heroes just yet, as we still need a safe lane here from LGD. Unless they decide... They can't do maybe Quap anymore because that's banned. Weaver also removed with a lack of disables here from Keen, understanding that Weaver is a very popular pick and could have been that slippery little devil. So Necro comes through with no AA and very little instant magic nuke damage to go through the Ghost Shroud. No one really to buy a Diffusal Blade just yet from Keen Gaming. It's a pretty nasty pick, honestly. Let me just quickly check in this game who played the Venomancer. So it was an off-lane Venomancer, actually.
5 seconds.
It was an off-lane Venomancer that they played up against IGV, but it's an open pick. I've seen them play it safe lane before. I've seen them play it mid. It still can be shifted from one lane to another depending on where you want to put the Veno. You've got your options open for you. Oh, that's not very nice. We're all good? Right. So after the Necro, what do you want to go for? We've seen a couple of Chinese teams, we mentioned the Doom, but Doom is gone, banned out by LGD. Lion has been a pick that we've seen from time to time from some of these teams to deal with the Necro. You've got lots of magic burst damage, but most importantly, hard disable.
LGD's turn to
That pick's going to be the Monkey King for now. Safe lane Monkey going to be the likelihood here. Battle Fury has been the build for that hero over the past couple of days throughout these qualifiers. Kind of like a pseudo anti-mage, quasi anti-mage. Get the Battle Fury, jump from tree to tree. You can clear camps and waves very, very quickly, but his peak strength hits much, much sooner than the anti-mages does. Get the Battle Fury, you're still ready to fight with an ulti, with a Boundless Strike. You do a ton of damage, and you have that sustain of the Perseverance to actually split push lanes a little bit as well if you want to. It's a very open-ended item for the Monkey King, which he can then move into SNY, Manta, Shadowblade, Abyssal, Deso, whatever he really wants to. So what exactly do we have? Nature's Prophet FY, Victoria, Earthshaker, Yao on the Wyvern. I'm not sure who has been playing Necro for LGD because they've not been really picking it too much through this qualifier.
Dire team pick.
So I would be interested to see exactly what they feel is going on. Keen ban out the maybe Shadow Fiend. So they expect this to be an Arme Necrophos in that safe lane potentially. Let's take a quick look. Let's have a see. Drafts of LGD. What have we been seeing here? No Necro, no Necro, no Necro.
5 seconds
No
remaining.
Necro, no Necro. I've actually not seen them play Necro at all, right? No. They've been banning it a lot in the second phase, but no real picks. They've let their opponents take it a couple of times, but yeah, this is the first time I've seen LGD play Necro, so we'll see exactly what they have up their sleeve with it. As Keen, they are down to their last couple of seconds here, and Puck is going to be the pick. Left until the 9th hour there. All the way through to the end. Keen Gaming go back for it, so potentially here the mid Puck, safe lane Monkey, off lane Veno with the roaming clock, and maybe even just a lich Veno lane to go up towards the top lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Not sure how much help the Monkey King will need up against the Nature's Prophet, but
5
against the Winter
seconds
Wyvern it's always
remaining.
very good to play aggressively. Not an amazing level 1 hero, even with an Earthshaker with a Fisher behind. Now LGD anti-mage.
You may now select
Okay, if
your
Monkey
heroes.
King is the new anti-mage, what is LGD going to be doing here? So Somnus, maybe. He does take the Necrophos. That's going to be the mid-Necro. Arme with the AM. Going to be that absolutely monstrous force. Going to be under a bit of pressure here from the Veno and maybe the Lich. So laning is going to be a difficult facet to get under control for LGD. Keen have a lot of aggressive potential here through their Clockwork, their Venomancer. Lots of lanes where they can enable kills as well, and that's one of the key things we're seeing a lot more of. When you're picking a 4-role hero like an Earth Spirit, a Clockwork, who play aggressively and like to get up in the faces of your opponents at level 1 with, a Boots first or an Orb of Venom first, something along those lines, you do need core heroes that you can kind of enable. You can invent kills for them. You activate the lanes. You move to a lane, sure, Battery Assault and Cogs, you can harass people down, but if you have cores that can take advantage of the Cogs, with a Monkey King attacking from outside, getting his stacks up and then throwing a boundless strike in. With a puck with the magic nuke damage and the kind of ability to jump over the cogs and past them to get in front of your target. These lanes can definitely snowball out of control as we get ourselves into the game. Best of 5, of course. This is game number 1 between LGD and Keen Gaming. Observer ward's already very quickly placed out here by the Earthshaker as he TPs up to the top lane. Nothing on any other parts of the map here, as we only have one observer ward bought by them. Does Earthshaker have another? Ah, Earthshaker does have another one. Never mind. Never mind. Something that we used to see from Liquid though was that you place one observer ward, and then you hold the other one, and then 6-7 minutes in, you place maybe 2 or 3 observer wards and get a really good control of the vision on the map.
Seconds to battle.
So where's this Monkey King going? Down towards the bottom lane. With the Lich. An interesting aggressive maneuver here. Victoria and FY. We've seen plenty of times Radiant move up and contest this bounty rune. This time it's not going to work quite as well as Venomancer holds the high ground. Dark there. Does get the bounty rune with the battery assault forward. Vanilla. Jiang An gets caught by the Fisher, but FY still in a little bit of bother here. Forced to pop the Treants, burning through a lot of his HP, and will have to tango up to regen. As Boots first Clockwork causing some havoc as LGD have 4 heroes all around this middle lane. They're looking to shift things around. Arme, he got Blink level 1 so he can actually move towards the top lane. Getting away from the Lich and the Monkey King. I'll shift the Clockwork back up here with the Venomancer though, which is going to be pretty annoying, but you just don't want your AM to match up against the Monkey at all. Much better to be against the Veno, which is still not the best. But regardless, maybe up against the Puck as the Necro in this middle lane. Bottom is going to be FY's Nature's Prophet and Victoria lurking around here as well, but Monkey King with a poor man's shield doing a pretty decent job there dealing with the Treants, but the Fisher blocks him in, and now what can you do against this? They'll try and get in to damage the tree, and that's going to be your first blood. That Fisher with the Treants available. Perfect from LGD as FY spills the monkey's blood on the floor. And this is what I was talking about. This is look at this Nature's Prophet. Hang on. No one's going to die, right? Cool. This is what I was talking about before with the cosmetics, where some players in China have these kind of weird and unusual cosmetics. I don't know what it's called. It's like Ghost's Fade or something like that on his old weapon. Bleak Hallucination. That's what it is. Bleak Hallucination. I think it was a courier effect, which for some reason you were able to put onto some of these weapons. I know there's a Tusk player with it. I think Zhao 8 has it on his Tusk. FY has it on his Nature's Prophet, and it's just like you don't know what's going on. Look at it. It's all wonky. It's all wonky. Mid lane, Puck and the Necro going toe-to-toe there. 5 and 5 against the 10 and 2, so maybe he's getting a few more last hits, but nice denies coming out here from the Puck in this middle lane. Veno's being pressured back by the Wyvern and the Anti-Mage, but that's Arctic Burn now down for another 35 seconds as... Oh, Necro. Oh, Courier. Brown Boots Clockwork kills off the Courier. There's no upgrade available. It's only 2 minutes in. Clockwork rotates in at exactly the right time, and he'll shift up towards the top to get the Bounty Rune, and maybe even play aggressively into the Winter Wyvern, but we'll see exactly what he's up to in a couple of minutes. Bottom lane Monkey playing aggro now into FY's Nature's Prophet. Orb of Venom's up, so he does get all 4 hits of his passive off. There's an orb on the Nature's Prophet as well, moving quickly into the Phase Boots top lane. Clockwork does move into Arme. Blink ready though, so AM will be safe for now. Not got any points in the mana shield though, so the HP is actually being burnt down pretty quickly by the Poison Sting and the Gale, which are level 2 and 1 here for the Venomancer. Might be going for that 2-2 and max the wards build, but we'll see exactly what he plans to do. Here's the more conventional kind of safe lane Venom build, so you can start pressuring towers as you hit that level 7 mark or level 8 mark. Victoria has a Fisher, doesn't block the Venom in, but with a couple more hits here, may be able to get a kill. Vanilla does arrive with the Battery Assault though. Turns back on the Earthshaker, forces him away. Venomancer still low on HP, mid lane the battle. Still brewing here between maybe on this Necro and the Puck, whose name I always forget. His name in Chinese is Fluorescent, I believe. Zhai Jinkai is his real name, but I think his name is Fluorescent with that Chinese character. Don't hold me to that though, so I may be incorrect. Hopefully, you know, all you guys in chat, you've been teaching me Chinese today. You've been very helpful. Maybe you know exactly what his name is, or what it translates to. If Google Translate is right, if I'm wrong, we'll see. We'll see. So 23-3 on the Necro. Not too far ahead of the puck. You know, the 9 denies, they do count for quite a lot, as we see the experience difference there between the puck and the Necro is about a third of a level. AM keeping toe-to-toe with the little Monkey King as well, so he's doing just fine for himself. Arme having a decent lane and moving into the Ring of Health to regen through all of this Venomancer's nasty, sticky poison. Veno's actually struggling a little bit on the levels there. You see level 3 Veno, 5 on the puck and 5 on the Necro. As this little bait here, so nice from Jiang An. This is why I love this guy. Traps Victoria inside the cogs, tries to punch down one of them. He needs to bring maybe in to save him, but the Clockwork has done the damage. Drops him to 250 HP with a lovely little the illusion bait. You expect it when you see two guys standing next to each other after an illusion rune is being picked up. They've got to be two illusions, right? The real hero has run away to go and make action and havoc somewhere else, but no. No, one of those illusions was actually real. Very, very nifty little play there. Jump forward. Not there from the puck. Holds on to the Dream Coil as well for now. This Clockwork, a lot of damage in onto maybe, but he's got another Death Pulse. With the orb forward and maybe a Waning Rift. The puck is taking a lot of damage from the right clicks, and maybe stop Aura with a TP in. Face shift at the ready, but the fish is being held. Victoria, 1 second. Dream Coil will hold them. Not enough damage, though, to bring down this maybe Necro. As Reaper Scythe comes up after the kill, unfortunately. Wasn't level 6 before at top lane. Here's the battle in onto Dark. Veno being shoved back away from his lane and might even lose his life to this. The dive is available from Arme with a blink already. Up now, raindrops do take one of the Splinter Blast attacks away. Arme's blinked in aggressively, but the Fisher will secure it. The trouble is, Arme dies to the poison that comes through. Lich, good rotation, but they lose their Venomancer. Trading off that Anti-Mage for it. Swift movement to the Shrine here from the Necro. As FY's rotations getting him in the phase boots, and 700 gold already saved up on this Furion. Monkey King still moving around, buys up what looks like is going to be treads after the PMS. Here comes the Clockwork again, another good move, forces a TP from the Nature's Prophet, but they spot that one coming in. Fresh Star Observer Ward here, I think they know what's going on. Sentry, yeah, Yao will be able to spot that out. Maybe he can come back and take it if he needs the gold. Looks like Yao will start chipping away at it. Maybe leave it on one hit. No, you're going to eat it. Num num num. TP's bottom lane, but Monkey King is already far enough away that he's not going to get pressured. But this might be just because they need Anti-Mage to be given a little bit of support here as he throws a Splinter Blast back. Raindrops being procced there. Loses one of the charges. So far, a slow and steady start for Keen. But that's not really what you want against an anti-mage, Arme. This is one of his signature heroes. You know, you think of Arme, you think of the Terrorblade, the anti-mage, but now Yao jumped upon. Here's GGG. There's the nice boundless strike. It's AM. Tries to go in on to Rung, but he's still level 5. No ulti just yet for him, as the monkey has hit level 7 already. So Arme, nice anti-mage, he's got a retreat already. Somnus, Death Pulse, Reaper Scythe, where is it? Throw it down. Nicely played. Perfect out from Victoria, and maybe pairing up so beautifully to kill off the puck. 4-2. As he regens back up to full HP on this Necro.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, this slow and steady start for Keen. They are losing the puck twice. Twice he's died in this mid lane. Definitely not the beginning you'd like. Anti-Mage is still struggling a little bit to get into the Ring of Health. Your Monkey King is kind of the silver lining to this. While Venomancer doesn't need a lot of gold, can sit on a lane and just continue farming and pressuring this tower. Does need to start leveling up those plague wards. I'm not sure if we've seen too much of the kind of battle Venno build as the Fisher does come down onto Monkey, but a Dream Coil rotation from Puck. Here we go, Arme. He's burnt down, but the Cold Embrace keeps him alive for now. Still alive, the AM will be able to blink himself to safety as a good save in from the Winter Wyvern, but FY misses out on the kill on the Monkey King. The jump forward, Puck looks for Yao, and I think this might be a Winter Wyvern dead. It will be. The high roll and the damage there from the Puck, but in comes Chain Frost. Wrong, it bounces back. FY's dead. Now Victoria held in place. Slowed down by the Chain Frost. Anti-Mage looking for the Puck, but now he's turned around on one more hit. All he needs to kill the Lich, but he's slowed down by the Frost Armor. Finally gets the killing blow, but Puck will escape. A little bit of space here, but finally the Mana Void. AM hits 6, moves up to 7, gets the Mana Void kill as well, and that is a pretty nice fight there for LGD. The one thing they missed out on was the Monkey King kill, but that's just fine. Monkey King can come back to lane and do all he wants, just so long as Anti-Mage survives. Keeps himself up and running to get some of these kills. Mid lane, Necro got gone on, it looks like. Very low on HP. Don't know if he just tanked a Gale. Oh yeah, he did. He tanked a Poison Nova. 2-4-0-1. Dark is going to go for the battle build on Venno, it looks like, going for as much magic damage as he possibly can. Now back into the Plague Wards though. It's more of a laning build, but definitely going back into the Plague Wards. Need to max them out as quickly as you possibly can. The level 4 Poison Sting there will be incredibly potent. Where's FY going? TPing to bottom lane, but cancelling it out at the last second. His sick-looking Bleak Hallucination gem. Just making him shimmy and shift through space and time as they are baiting things out. On the mid lane, Army battles with the Clockwork up the top. Not going to get too much done. Just trying to burn as much of his mana so he doesn't have that potential to maybe trap him in the cogs or battery assault him down. And Nature's Wrath comes through onto mid lane. Dark. Low HP, but there's a 3-man coil. In comes Puck. There's the Waning Rift. Now you've got a nice little shift as well. Somnus hit by the Chain Frost, but it doesn't bounce. You can turn around and look for a Reaper Scythe. It is off cooldown with enough mana, but they're killed off too. There's the Scythe. Maybe gets the regen. In comes the Monkey King ulti, but maybe still gonna die. No stick, it's on cooldown. Buys up as much of his Force Staff as he can, but the chase comes in. Monkey King in onto Yao. The Winter Wyvern in so much trouble. Triple kill for your Puck. After such a disastrous laning phase going, what was it, 0-3? Now up to 4-3-3. The Puck has really done a real great job shifting the game's dynamic with the first rotation down towards bottom lane, and now the great fight in the middle lane. Anti-Mage in the meantime, I believe he killed off the Clockwork up at the top lane. We did see a kill message come through. Arme, yes, did kill Vanilla. Jan Ang on the clock. Eventually fell. Not sure how that happened. Just looks like the treads were built by Arme and he blinked in aggressively. Got rid of all of that mana. Now the hook shot. Jan Ang is looking for a bit of revenge. Victoria burnt through by the Pucks. Immense magical nuke damage. And there's the combination. Clockwork able to set up and enable some of these cores to get some big kills.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower has been denied.
And Arme, he was struggling a little bit with his last hits and his net worth, but up to 4,000 now. It's not all doom and gloom. Looking pretty good. Heading towards the Battle Fury. We don't have the Veil from Puck. Again, we've started to see the shift away. The double nulls are normal, but sometimes if you can rush the Veil, it's nice if you're able to play aggressively, but Blink Dagger after the double nulls is becoming a little bit more of the normal build, as Venomancer can also buy the Veil for them, as we see here from Dark. Now with the 3 points in the Plague Wards, he can start setting up this nice little bunker where you place, 3 or 4 wards here, place a couple here, you farm, you push the tower, and you are relatively safe. Or just makes, you need to make sure you always have tangos on you though. with these heroes that don't buy Quelling Blades, you need tangos. Hookshot misses. Bottom lane, the Clockwork goes in. There's the Echo from Victoria. Looking to turn this back around, but wrong. Chain Frost comes out, bounces in between them. The Reaper's Sight down onto his head. There's maybe the double kill. Chain Frost is still bouncing with the Plague ulti out from Venno. The Poison Nova not doing enough damage. 3 for 1 so far as Victoria's the only one to fall. Maybe turns around. He's got another death pulse. He's got stick charges as well. Needs to get the kill from the Waning Rift. Puck comes in. There's the damage. They get the full 4-man. AM's the only one alive. Will look like a good fight from LGD. Turns into another triple kill for this Puck. 8, 3, and 4. 70 gold away from the Blink Dagger, and Monkey King gets involved as well, saving up 2,300 gold for his next big item, losing your offlaner and 2 supports there for 4 heroes from LGD. Beautiful engagement out from Keen Gaming. Do still have to worry about the anti-mage, but if they're able to keep the pressure up like this and maybe move into these tier 1 towers, take control of the enemy jungle, stop the AM from freely farming, jumping from camp to camp, it's going to be good running from them. $11-14. Some lane, maybe. Probably needs to buy a hood, maybe even a full pipe this game for his team. No one else is going to be able to buy one, right? Orchid being done here by FY, not even finishing the drums. Skipping over and heading straight into that silence to deal with a Puck. Try and catch the Monkey King before he can ulti or jump away. GGG. I do love that name. Sounds... I don't know, it just feels nice when I say it. Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. Looks like it was a Fisher into Reaper Scythe there onto the Puck, taking away the 7 kill streak of that Puck. All of a sudden, Necro with about 1 million gold, 1,700 saved up in the bank, now moving into this tier 1. The bunker has been made though. Venno with the Plague Wards have been set up. Veil thrown out there just to try and deal with these little treants and maybe up on the front lines. Frost blasted now. Got a 4-staff though. Very difficult to keep maybe on lockdown. With a hook shot and a cogs, that's going to be a good way to start, but he 4-staffs away and a Winter's Curse. It holds them all back. They won't kill the Lich, but they've reset the fight. Good Shroud out from maybe. The chase is going to continue. Monkey King up onto the trees. He's going to leap forward. Ulti available with a Boundless Strike as well. They might be able to get this kill on maybe, but there's the nice heal coming out from Yao. Maybe trapped inside the cogs, but he's got a 4-staff again. He's looking like he's high and dry, but the Boundless Strike. Monkey King secures the kill. They do finally bring him down in the back end. The Puck jumps in. Dreamcaller catches FY with a Waning Rift here. The Nature's Prophet in a lot of trouble. They do have a Sprout, and FY tries to TP. Do they have anything to jump in? They do. Monkey King and someone cut a tree. So they'll find that kill on top of everything else. LGD pressuring this tier 1, not getting it. 18 health. Look at it, it's so low on the HP. But in the meantime, guys, you know what's happening. Anti-Mage is farming. Battle Fury is about 100 gold away. Arme will have that very shortly. 17.5 minutes or something will be the timing on it, as he'll clear this creep, move into this little side chop by the broadsword, and then the map will be his. Very little catch here on Keen. They do rely on Clockwork, Hookshot, and Puck with the Blink Silence. Battle Furies come out from the Monkey in the AM at identical times, but Venno was left high and dry in the bottom lane, cleared up by the Reaper's Scythe. Lich denies the tower. All is said and done. Keen still seem like they are ahead overall in this game, even though LGD hold a little bit of a net worth lead here. Monkey King with the Battle Fury is going to peak much faster than the Anti-Mage.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This smoke movement from Keen Gaming, hunting for the Anti-Mage. They now know he has his Battle Fury. They'll hook shot in with a Waning Rift available, bursting the AM down low, but a Fisher from Victoria has saved the AM. The Dream Coil, it lands on no one. Arme has already blinked away, and now the nice little cold embrace the frosty hug of the Winter Wyvern. Yao pats his AM on the back and says, "Don't worry, my buddy, I've got your back." Vanilla, Jiang'an is found. His retreat has been cut off, and with no Reaper's Scythe, maybe we'll just take the kill there with... Was that really his Heartstopper, or have they got the kill? AM doesn't get the money. AM doesn't get the final touch in there, but it wasn't that much money to share across anyway. Just about 200. Too easy for GGG. I like that. That's a good one. Menno. He's going to go for pipe right. Maybe. Where are you? So maybe he's going to go for the Radiance. Okay. We do see this sometimes in China. It is more of a scarcity or more of a rare build, I feel, than we you know, in NA in Europe we see a lot. Bloodseeker and Necro very similar in this kind of fact, where the Chinese teams don't often build Radiance on it anymore. You know, Bloodseeker, they like the Shadow Blade, the SNY, the kind of Blade Mail, you know, the speed demon Bloodseeker that tanks up a bit. Necro is a similar kind of story. Lotus, Hood, Pipe, Force-Staff, Veil, those are the big items that we see on Necros. But Radiance will be the item of choice here from Maybe. Nice bit of burn damage. Make the monkey miss. Also, he's going to be difficult to bring down and difficult to handle in team fights. Going with the Hand of Midas. With the 30 XP. Whoa, 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 hey! Whoa! I can safely say I have never seen anyone take the 30 movement speed talent. $30 XP gain is like so sick. And then you're buying a Midas and you... yeah, okay. I feel like that's a misclick. Or he didn't intend on going Hand of Midas to begin with. Anyway. That's neither here nor there. That's just going to be slightly detrimental to the Venom. Would be nice to have the 30% XP gain, but it's fine. Mid-tier 1 should be an easy takedown here for Keen as the Radiant team. Now focusing on getting Blink for Earthshaker, which has arrived. Wyvern, not really much to his name. Yao is always the kind of sacrifice in these games, just a Soul Ring to spout out some Splinter Blasts. FY nearly completes the Orchid. All of these items are coming up at very similar timings here for LGD. What are we looking at for the... yeah. You've basically got the Relic. You've got enough money for the Relic here for LGD on Maybe's Necro. Keen. Very difficult to keep track of his anti-mage. He's going to be able to split push like an absolute madman. They are signaling, drawing on the map exactly where he could be. Clockwork Rocket Flare. I don't actually see... oh, there it is. A little bit higher up in the air. They'll see the camp has been cleared, so they'll probably know that the anti-mage was here not too long ago. So they're setting up for a tier 1 top lane. Observer Ward placed in deep behind the tier 1. Clockwork's ready. No one's coming to defend though. Mid lane has been shoved. AM farming the Dire Ancients from right to left, up and down, clearing through all these jungle camps. And in fact, Keen, they will retreat and return to their... nice try, Victoria. There's a sick escape by the Venomancer. He walks it off. And this is a big problem. No stuns. Luckily for them, the Monkey King comes in just in time with a Boundless Strike to cancel a TP. They get the Earthshaker, but Victoria, unfortunate. He was expecting the collapse of the two heroes to come in to defend this tower, but Veno did the little fakey. He fainted, he fell back, didn't come in for the Echo Slam. Victoria's first Blink excursion, not going to do too much.
'Tis mine.
FY brought down top lane. They're not going to go in with the Earthshaker and the Necro. If only they had an Echo Slam here, they maybe could have brought something more to this fight. Monkey King ulti with Dream Coil. Seems like it was enough. As Lich, do you have an XP talent? No. Still just holding on to the little Tome of Knowledge. Anti-mage. There's no stuns. They need the puck, but AM blinked to the east. The Dire scan not going to find anything. They're still spam picking, saying, hey, AM's around here, but in comes FY with the Orchid. You'll separate from the puck, though, is going to dispel that, and FY is now in a bit of trouble. GGG kills off Yao as Victoria finishes off the puck. Now, Jiang'an Vanilla on his clockwork turns back around, and it is Prophet. Treants blocking the battery assault. The Cogs, they push him back, and they look for all the Earthshaker dies as well. 3 for 1, the puck, the only casualty there for the Dire. As Monkey killed off Yao further to the north. In the meantime, Arme has the Manta style on top of Battle Fury. 13k almost up on the net worth as the Monkey King, barely 1,000 ahead of the AM. Went for Yasha, and now moving into the BKB just so he can survive through his ultimate and not get, you know, nuked down with a Reaper's Scythe and Blink Echo. I have seen plenty of really nice fishes here from Victoria, allowing his team just to get a little bit closer to these battles and get their spells out. As Radiant's done now for the Necro, moving into the BKB, as we kind of wanted that in the previous game, in one of the semi-finals from the Necro there. A little bit of anti-synergy with Ghost Shroud, of course, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know, sometimes you just need to buy a BKB. Monkey King and Clockwork, they have a smoke on them. They will group up as 4. Shifting through into the Radiant jungle, they don't know where the AM is. This Observer Ward probably gave them a good idea of where the other 3 heroes are as the Rocket Flare scouts forward. Monkey King jumping in onto Yao. This Winter Wyvern going to curse the Monkey straight away, but unfortunately, even with a Cold Embrace, he's going to get that passive going now. Turn onto a different target with the extra damage and the lifesteal. Looking for the Blink Echo, but the BKB is here for the Monkey King. He's evaded it all. They turn back around. Maybe he's killed off the Clockwork, but he is taken down in turn by the Monkey King, and 3 for 1. Keen Gaming sweep through the Radiant jungle with a perfect move. Shifting forward, the sands of time are ticking here as Arme clears up the tier 2 mid, but doesn't get the last hit. The puck is the one to deny it, and now he's jumped on. Boundless Strike. Do they have a silence? They've got the Dream Coil, and the kill comes through. Monkey King on an absolute stormer of a game. GGG. Beautiful stuff. 10, 1, and 11 so far on the Monkey King. Keen Gaming leading 25 for 16. Net worth lead now in their favor. LGD struggling to find the team fights that they need. Vision advantage, Keen Gaming all the way. Observer wards up on the top half of the map. They look for the anti-mage, but it was this ward that has expired, that was down here, that saw the movement across from 3 heroes, and that was when they smoked down into this jungle, cut them off.
Top tower is under attack.
And with that, they find a double damage rune as a reward for all of their amazing actions, which gets them a nice little Roshan. Aegis on the Monkey. Finished off an S&Y, and he has leapfrogged, eclipsed this anti-mage now. 2,000 net worth difference between them.
Coin for me.
This is where LGD do have to be very wary of what steps they take. Defending tier 2s is not going to be too friendly for them unless they have the perfect setup. Big Winter's Curse into an Echo Slam, if timed correctly, could be the undoing of the Dire team. Anti-Mage Arme heading into this Abyssal Blade. Not going to go for the BKB. Goes for the more aggressive item instead. As maybe should be finishing the Black King bar. He's got the Ogre Club. No, wait, hang on. He does, yes, in his inventory now. So in about 1,000 gold, he will have that magic immunity.
Illusion.
Jump forward from Puck, very ballsy. Very, very ballsy. Tier 2. Inevitable that this will fall. The Radiant not going to defend the Tier 2. They didn't have the setup. They didn't have heroes hiding away. Clockwork does take that position again with another good aggressive ward. Anti-Mage is trying his best to split push these lanes, and he does get this creep wave up towards the Tier 3 at the middle lane as FY fakes out a TP there, but it's AM pushing bottom lane with... Has he got Arcane Rune or something? How has he just manted again? Illusion Rune maybe? Yeah, he got an Illusion Rune, that's why.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not going to finish the Solar Crest. Going to go for the Glimmer Cape. On this little lich as... What, Clockwork? Yeah, you got a 4 staff. That's nice. That's nice. LGD just have to try and dodge fights until Aegis is gone, which is going to be another 2 minutes now. That probably give away their mid-tier 1 unless, again, they set up a perfect team fight for it. They just need to make sure that these lanes are being kept held across the river. FY does his job bottom. Arme keeps mid lane, pushed out across as well. So Monkey King does the little shimmy up towards top. He'll pressure this just one wave more, and then TP back in 10 seconds to go and smoke with the rest of his team. Or maybe they smoke as 4, and Monkey King TPs to Shrine and goes and makes a bait play aggressively somewhere with the Aegis. That's definitely a potential, as he picks himself up full basher. But here we go, Monkey King TP's back. He cleared one wave, he TPs. They're not going to smoke just yet though, as Puck jumps forward looking through the trees, hunting FY. No reveal though for the Shadow Blade of the Prophet. Oh, he did. Nice. Okay, so Armai did go for the BKB. Oh, yeah. I feel like that's the better choice. Against all of this magic damage, just being able to jump in with impunity, the only thing that's going to stop you is a hook shot. Not being too perturbed by all of this nonsense here. If you have BKB, you're just like, Venno, you don't exist to me. I do not care about you. I have a Black King bar. I'm fine. Monkey now. Level 23. 31 minutes in, plus 40 damage talent is already here. And he's aiming for his own Abyssal Blade. Again, we've got 2 minutes left. No, we don't. No, we don't. We've got 20 seconds left on the Aegis, but they finished the tier 2, and that is the storm weathered for LGD. They haven't lost high ground, they haven't lost any big team fights. They've, successfully dodged these team fights very, very well, splitting the map and farming, keeping a little bit of pressure here and there that Keen have to keep coming back and addressing. So the next big thing is going to be the smoke from LGD as Aegis expires, which Earthshaker just buys one, and then the next Roshan, which is 3 minutes away until the fastest spawn, which LGD desperately need to take control of to try and win this game. They need AM to have that Aegis, but more importantly, they need Monkey King to not have the Aegis. So they'll smoke up now and make this play to try and take a bit more control of the map, because with an anti-mage with a Furion, if you win one fight now, you can potentially threaten tier 3s. The last tier 1, the last tier 2 of the Radiant side just fell, but you look at the rest of the Dire side of the map, and they've got no outer towers either, so we're on even footing here tower-wise. It's just a little bit of a farm discrepancy between the Dire and the Radiant, thanks to the Monkey King, Puck and Venno doing so well. But here we go. Earthshaker, he's been spotted, he's been hook-shotted, he's been hit by the Boundless Strike, and he will be taken down by the Monkey King. In comes Clockwork looking for Yao, but Ivan is already out, and the rest of the LGD team will retreat. That one Plague Ward. The one Plague Ward, the people hiding high ground, they spot the smoke coming in, and unfortunately for LGD, that movement did not pay off. So, AM returns to the Dire side of the jungle. Hasn't been scouted by the Plague Ward just yet, I don't believe. We'll get Yulst up here, and with a blink away from Puck, already spent the Waning Rift, so AM pretty much fearless, moving from lane to lane. But this is the trouble. Keen, they have to deal with this. Nature's Prophet and AM, cutting waves, pushing lanes. And the fact that if they try and go high ground, they are probably going to get traded out How are we doing, Puck? How are you on your road to the 420? Still got a bit of a way to go. Where's Mr. Monkey King? 23, close to 24. AM jumps in onto the Puck, but doesn't get the first hit bash. If he'd had that, he probably would have manned the style. Dark is dead, but Puck is more important here. The Lincolns takes out the Mana Void. Venomancer buys back. Monkey King, oh, there's an actual fight happening over there, but AM, oh, nearly kills the Puck. Okay, right, the real battle. FY, he's been found. The AM has been juked around. The Puck has escaped. Here comes the nice little cold embrace. Monkey King, cursed up by the Winter Wyvern. He's stuck in place, but FY is still going to fall as they have some reveal. The gem on the Lich will secure them yet another team fight win. Anti-Mage wasn't involved. He was looking to solo kill a Puck, but the Puck with the Lincolns and the ability to jaunt away does manage to escape. I probably should have focused on the middle lane where the real battle kicked off. It's just too sad that the AM jumped the Puck first. Probably my bad, though. I do apologize. So now, high ground defense time. LGD, what have you got up your sleeve? What have you got in your pocket? Do you have buybacks? Nature's Prophet does. Not sure if he will have to, though, as Earthshaker returns to the land of the living. 70 seconds, oh, over a minute until Echo. They don't have Curse and they don't have Reaper's Scythe. Maybe here being slammed by the Monkey. In comes the BKB and the Veno popped his ulti. Veno popped his ulti there just for a little bit of damage onto the Necro, so they will now bail out. BKB has already been expended, as we've seen the Venomancer use his ultimate as well. Bit of chip damage on the tier 3, down to 300 HP. Fisher, but they're gonna cape. Wrong. With that gem, needs to keep it alive. Cannot lose that gem over to LGD, but they don't have any chase capabilities anymore. The blink was on cooldown from Earthshaker, and with Fisher down and no Force Staff from maybe for another 5 or 6 seconds back then, no way they would have been able to find that kill. LGD did bring back some of this net worth lead, though. 6,000 it just about touched there, down to about 2.5 or so here for Keen. With the next Roshan respawning in a minute and a half, it looks like. It's going to be the big, big contest for both teams. Full Abyssal, no buyback for Arme. This could be the tool that he needs to find this big kill on the Monkey King, though. Pre-BKB, if they're able to blink Abyssal, get the Reaper Scythe, you know, they've got the chain spells through stuns and magic nuke damage to be able to bring him down. Not really anyone who can save him. There's a Glimmer Cape, maybe a Clockwork Force Staff or a Hook Shot. Would be able to disrupt the fight enough. I think they just spotted a couple of players there mid lane with this Observer Ward. No heroes were showing there from LGD with Arme and FY both now at this bottom lane. This Invis rune on the AM could prove to be immeasurably strong if he's able to find a way into the back lines past the gem of the Lich. Maybe even going on... Wait, hang on a second. It's on the Puck now. The gem of the Puck. They see the AM. They know that Arme is here. So that's the Puck gem coming into play. They will retreat back and away. Boots of Travel now up on maybe. The split push game is definitely strong from LGD if they can keep this up. Anti-Mage trying to work into the Butterfly to deal with the Monkey King, but equally Monkey King could just move into an MKB if he wants to. If he sees one of those components, there's always this kind of mind game, the clash of thoughts basically between carry players. If they're Butterfly carriers, and your opponent is a potential butterfly or NKB carrier themselves, you kind of try and save up money, wait to see if they buy a component. Do they get the Eagle Song? Do they buy Talisman of Evasion? We've even seen some baits where we've had a player buy Talisman as a hook shot in onto maybe. This could be sick for them. He bumps his BKB though, turns back around the Abyssal Blade. Oh, onto Earthshaker, there's no Echo Slam, but he's healed up. The Cold Embrace, he keeps him alive. In comes the Chain Frost through his life down onto Vanilla. Down goes the Clockwork, the 4 roll heroes have fallen. Monkey King's BKB is wearing off, but in the meantime, look at Arme in onto the tier 3, the buyback from Clockwork and a TP to return home. Oh, maybe looking for the puck. In comes the FY. God, he has Hex. He's going to get him. No, the puck phase shift. Can you blink away from this? You can. Puck escapes, you slippery little devil. But this opens up Roshan now. One hero dead. Earthshaker gone for 20 seconds. The buyback from Clock might be able to secure this for them as the LGD squad back up and return to the mid lane. 25 strength for the Monkey King and not the 100% Boundless Strike crit. Trying to tank up more and more rather than going for that one big hit crit.
Invisibility.
As AM hits the 25, the extra agi. Of course, went for the blink cooldown as well. Do we have puck 25? No, it's been slow going here. These AM illusions are proving to be a bit of a nuisance, though. Keen a little bit paranoid about what's about to run down their lanes. Good little high ground ward there to spot out anyone lurking, like the AM or the Nature's Prophet. Nobody going towards the Roshan pit just yet. There's one little tree in there, and I'm sure rocket flares have been flying over to give some vision as well into the pits. They're going to rocket flare top now. Anti-Mage is up there, and I guess with AM showing, you are kind of secure in the fact that Roshan isn't being taken just now. For those of you just joining us, this is a Bleak Hallucination gem on a Nature's Prophet staff. That's what makes it so shiny and glimmery. Back into the game we go. What's maybe his next item? Shiver's Guard's going to come up for him on the Necro soon enough. Not seeing any real progression on the Wyvern though, unfortunately. It really does come down to FY though, I feel, with this Hex Orchid. If he can track down the puck, pop the Lincolns with the Orchid and Hex this little fairy dragon. Oh, hello. Hook shot. Maybe he's caught again. BKB forced out to the low ground. It's another BKB forced, though, as Puck and Monkey King, they were coming in to try and battle. This might open up Roshan for the Dire team, but it's going to be a very scary proposition for both of them to head into any kind of choke point against all of these AoE abilities. But remember, Monkey King has this wonderful Wukong's command, which he can put around in a wonderful, massive circle all around the pit, and he can hide up on top of a tree. So neither team will actually walk into the pit. LGD, they smoke, looking for the aggressive play, the team fight, potentially. The smoke doesn't pop, so they know that Keen are not in there. And they know that Keen are not up on the high ground either. AM just blinks up there, doesn't really care. FY bottom lane, split pushing away. He shifts back though. They've shoved what looks like just the bottom lane into that tier 3, which Keen have to address. Mid lane is moving towards the base as well. Do they have a smoke? They do not. Oh god, what happened there? They have to get them. Oh, they do have a smoke, but it's in the backpack. They just have to run. They have to sprint. Roshan's nearly dead. Anti-Mage. Oh, he's bashed. They bashed. Roshan's got the AM. The Echo gets the Clockwork, but in comes the Monkey King. BKB's up. The Clockwork's not dead just yet. AM comes through. The Ace is taken away by the AM as well. Let's be precise. Slow things down. The Chain Frost out as well, but Wukong's command available. The trouble is, Abyssal Blade was not used. LGD, they lose 2 supports. Maybe if they lose the Necro, this is going to be disaster for the AM. And this is like, there is a little bit of a heal from the Monkey King. Got the cheese going, I think, there. Arme in trouble with the Aegis. He can lose his first life, though. Bashes out. Monkey King clears FY. Nature's Prophet's gone. LGD from a teamfight win into potentially a teamfight disaster, but Keen, they will stem the flow there. That was a cheese, right? I'm not insane. He healed up very quickly. I don't think that was his Jingu Mastery, but it may have been, because he swapped the Battle Fury back into his inventory at the very last second. It must have been the cheese, because that's the second Roshan. That's the second Roshan, so there must have been the cheese on the Monkey King. So cheese is down. AM has the Aegis of the Immortal still, though. He managed to keep himself alive, even though they lost a lot on the side of LGD. Keen, they didn't get that Aegis of the Immortal on the Monkey King. So Arme now, he is the one in command of this game, potentially. Anti-Mage, such an annoying hero to deal with. You can feel it, Keen. They are timid, they're paranoid. They know that they're stronger, they know they're in the lead. You can feel it. The items they have are amazing. The heroes they have are amazing. It's just the fact that Furin and AM are just non-stop. Look, top lane, where is it? Here. Mid lane, where is it? Here. So where does Keen have to be? Keen can't come down here. Keen can't come and gank here. They can't smoke and look for someone here. It's impossible because they have to clear this wave. Now maybe, with Nature's Prophet TPing up towards the top lane, this is the setup they want. But FY just makes some trees and he buggers off. He's out. He's away. He's actually not going to get found here. They're searching, but they will not find him. He's run all the way to the west. And you know what? You group 4 heroes top. You know exactly what's going to happen. LGD, they shift their weight. Momentum moves down to the bottom lane. Clear the wave mid. Nothing really that Keen can do to stop this with a blink forward. Arme looks for wrong on the Lich, but not going to find anything. Nature's Prophet, Shadow Blades. Puck doesn't have the gem anymore. Do we have one at all on the Dire? It's on Jang-an. Vanilla the Clockwork has the gem. Puck running out of slots a little bit, it looks like there. Yeah. The Hex. And the Lincoln Sphere and the Dagon. They catch Yao. That's just going to be a sacrificial kill, not really a big deal to lose your Winter Wyvern here. They'll throw out a Splinter Blast and actually hit 3 of them, which was really nice for him. Jump in, Hex. Oh, hello, Anti-Mage. You've got Aegis Immortal. We're going to chain stun you. Where's the Abyssal Blade? No, comes out from the AM. Monkey didn't throw it out in time, so AM still holds the Aegis. Now, LGD, they can look to turn this one back around. Goes down here from the Necro. He's still got his BKB with a Blink Echo coming in. Catching 3. Victoria bridges the side down to Clockwork. That's going to give maybe the HP region he needs. Arme, he's trapped the Monkey King with FY. Here comes the move on the command, but it's not going to be enough. Monkey King is down. Arme still survives. The 10 times godlike streak ripped from his hands. Puck is going to be able to jaunt away with a Waning Rift as well, but linking out. This is LGD's game to lose at this point, with Aegis still on the Anti-Mage. Keen Gaming being shoved backs to the wall. Still fighting though, still fighting.
The seeds of fortune.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
At least the Puck now has the 420 GPM talent. And start buying into the bigger items, the BOTs. Get the Dagon 5 going, but Anti-Mage, yeah. 2400 HP. What's his magic resist at, actually? 62%. Physical resist at 60%. Very, very difficult to kill. Arme does lose the Aegis at long last, but he is still an Anti-Mage with a BKB. The Hex starts things off, the hook shot to chain. They don't have any further stuns though, as the Fissure slows them down and disrupts the team fight. If they had a Monkey King Abyssal there was a potential, a slim window that they could have brought down the Anti-Mage, but with 10 seconds on his respawn time still when the fight kicked off, it wouldn't have being able to do it. Very, very unfortunate for Keen, as the Dagons, they are spammed out by the puck up to level 4 now. It's going to be really nice if they can, you know, catch someone and burst them down. Dagon is also one of the... No, Dagon 5, I should say, is one of the best high ground defensive items as well. So if you put one of your heroes up here and just keep getting spammed... What's the cooldown on Dagon 5, actually? Where are we looking? Dagon 5. CD. 35 seconds. Oh. My bad. Clockwork dead for 80. With no buyback. That's a Reaper's Scythe kill. That's a Reaper's Scythe kill. How far is he from buyback, actually? Where are we? Clockwork, 400. No, he's not going to have it. LGD, could they push high ground here? Still spooky going into Wukong's command and Dream Coil. That is definitely something on the minds of LGD. Even with the Clockwork dead, you need multiple lanes pushing in so you can try and wrath as much as possible. Bot lane being dealt by the Venomancer. They did have mid and top shoving forwards. And Roshan, another minute and a half until he can potentially respawn. Still got to wait for that. And I think LGD just want to bide their time, get AM even fatter than he is. Net worth-wise, yeah, 5k ahead of the Monkey King now. He was, what, 1 or 2,000 behind 15 minutes ago. But he's managed to leapfrog over and put himself at the top spot.
Thou seest me not.
Monkey with the MKB, and yeah. I was going to deal a little bit with the AM. Is that really going to be a Skadi? Interesting. What does he trade out, though? Does he trade out his treads for it, I guess? I mean, very often we see Arme, he really, really does love to swap treads for an S and Y on a lot of his carry heroes. We've seen it from Void, Terrorblade, I believe he does it as well. And then he keeps a TP or a Boots of Travel in his backpack and just swaps them out. But, not going to go for the S and Y this game, it looks like. Skadi. Okay. It'll tank him up. That's pretty good against the Monkey. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know if there was something in addition there that maybe the Skadi's going to help him out with. I guess if you're trading it for boots, then you've got the slow so you can keep onto a target, especially against all of these nasty damage over time slows from heroes like Lich and Veno.
Dire are scanning.
Oh. A little bit of a clash of heads there as Clockwork wanted to hookshot in. LGD don't want any part of this just now. Nature's Prophet again just moves across the map, free-flowing. The pucks, oh, if they had vision there. If only they knew how close they were. Puck could very nearly have just solo killed FY.
Haste!
The map has been shrinking for Keen though. Slowly but surely the line that they controlled gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and all of a sudden they're kind of held back in their base. This movement forward is pretty aggressive. They don't have any wards out on the map at all, do they? There's no dire vision here. There are no creeps alive in any of the jungles. There's ancients and creeps there. Everyone's killed all the... Look, it's just naked everywhere. There's just no creeps. They're all dead. Roshan is up. Armate into the pit he goes. Aghanim Scepter is what he's going to be buying. Not the Skadi as Monkey King. Oh, he's going to jump forward. The Rocket Flare scouts Roshan. What is he? 2,000 HP. Dream Coil in onto FY. Not going to be good enough here from the puck as he heals himself up. The hookshot misses. Oh, this is disastrous. Lincoln's broken. Reaper Scythe in. The puck's obliterated. 2 minutes gone. Can buy back though. Will do so. Lich chased down by the anti-mage. He has a BKB. He pops it and he'll blink away. Monkey King forced to ulti there. Doesn't get too much out of it. And all we have left now is the Poison Nova. LGD, they can reset. They have Blink Echo. They have Winter's Curse. They have a Mana Void. They've got all their ultis pretty much ready and raring to go. Back into the Roshan pit we head. Maybe. Clearing out these Plague Wards as quickly as he can. There's the Dagon Zap. Immediately obliterated. Maybe buys back. Monkey chases down this Earthshaker. The Echo. Solo. Onto the Monkey. The Lone Storm takes up the Missile Blade. Now the fight really kicks off. Dual Scepter in onto the AM. Blinks forward, Manta up. There's the Mana Void as well. Monkey's down. A minute and a half. Has to buy back. Roshan is still 1,000 HP. Why aren't you hitting me? Guys, why does nobody love me? Stop killing heroes and come and take Roshan, because in comes the Monkey King again. Venom also buys back the puck. Low HP, running away. Oh, E-Home. No, they're not E-Home anymore. Keen. Still stuck in my head. Keen. Oh, they've lost the Venom. One more hit, the Maelstrom Proc. Finishes him off. The puck. The Lucio over the top. The Dagon Zapping's not going to be good enough. Arme is just clearing through one by one. Dark. He pings out the Aegis, but maybe he already has it. Takes that board back. 4 heroes dead here for Keen. 1 with buyback. Puck doesn't have it either. LGD sweeping through that Roshan fight. It was scrappy. The Puck tried so damn hard to get that big kill in onto the Necro, but it wasn't to be. LGD will take a lane of racks, and it looks like they might just take the game here. There's the Hex in. Abyssal Blade forward. GG's going to be called any second. Anti-Mage is going to take these tier 4s with ease. And even look for the throne. Game number 1 of this best of 5. Keen, they've had a long road through the opens into this grand final. And now they face LGD. Game number 1, they will tap out. They will lose. But they still have many more chances. We'll take a short break. And we'll come back in a little bit with game number 2, but I do want to take a quick look here at how much damage that Monkey King did. Where are we? GGG, 30,000. 40k from the Necro. Of course, Radiance and Heartstopper Aura do add up. 0-10 on the clockwork, unfortunately, after his great start. Didn't have an amazing performance. Still landed some really sick hook shots and helped out his team. But in the end, it just wasn't enough. Monkey King started tapering off. The scaling of the AM kicked in. LGD knew that with this team they were going to outlast Keen if the game didn't end in, 40 minutes or so. It was going to go the way of the Radiant. And with that, we'll take a break, throw you over to some music, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with game number 2.